all the pressure is on the defending champ. He can walk in at the back end of the greatest, most competitive event we have ever had and rip this thing and defend his title. It's all on him. All eyes on him. Joining me right now, the defending Smack-Off champion from 2009 with a chance to go back-to-back, Brad in Corona. Brad, good luck. What's up?
Sorry, I'm over here playing the 2010 Smack-Off drinking game, okay? Every time Dork Mike DeTola's crappy take makes me wonder whether I'm at the Smack-Off or the Comedy Central roast of Brad in Corona, I take a drink. Every time Mike in Indy ends his phone call with a catchphrase so dumb it makes a Tiger Woods text message look like Shakespeare, I take a drink. And anytime Jay Moore takes a run at me because he realizes he's a couple of bad auditions and breakfast burritos away from being on Celebrity Fit Club, I take a drink. And Romy, I'm wasted, man. I'm wasted. Rome, let me start with my light work, okay? Mike in Indy. Mike is hoping everyone forgets about his first call to the jungle last year. I haven't. Jim, he called the show in 2009 and sang a parody about the Pac-Man Jones strip club incident to the tune of Creedence Clearwater Revival's Have You Ever Seen the Rain? The news story was 3 years old. The song was 40. Nice job, Mike. Mike, we're all really looking forward to the 2020 Smack-Off when you call in and give us your take on the Michael Vick dogfighting scandal to the tune of Who Let the Dogs Out. Who let them dogs fight Vick? Michael Vick. Oh, I do declare I'm funny, man. And while we're on the subject of guys with crappy catchphrases, Rome, why is Ray Ray in Tampa calling your show a week after the hack-off? Jim, every one of his calls ends with Ray Ray saying he doesn't talk smack. He smacks talkers. And that's okay, but what I worry about is that after he hangs up the phone, Ray Ray thinks he can do this with other things in his life. Okay, like his boss comes up to him, hey, Ray Ray, that was a funny phone call you made to Jim Rome. Get back to work now and make sure you clean those toilets up real good before you leave, all right? Hey, boss, Ray Ray does not clean toilets. He toilets the cleaner. That's good, Ray Ray. It's just the last time you called Rome, you got so excited you forgot to switch out the urinal pucks like you were supposed to. Hey, yo, boss, Ray Ray does not switch out urinal pucks. He puck us up to urinals and throws the switch. I don't even really know what that means, Ray Ray, but do it, or you're fired. And speaking of guys who need to be fired, let's talk about Tiger Woods caddy Steve Williams. Hey, Steve, you might want to try wearing an undershirt next year at Augusta National, okay? It's the freaking Masters. It doesn't help your boss's image as a sex-crazed maniac when you go commando in that bathrobe they give you to wear. Steve Williams leaves his Masters caddy uniform unbuttoned so low, I can't tell if he's helping Tiger with club selection or about to audition for a film somewhere in a Chatsworth warehouse. And Romy, the uniform is all white. Nobody in America wants to watch that tournament for 4 days knowing we're one heavy rain shower away from seeing Steve Williams Jr. Jim, it's not a surprise that idiot Dan in D.C. missed a key element to Vic and NoCal's Twitter existence. Vic routinely uses his Twitter account to talk smack about the XR4 Ti and sometimes even your show. Don't worry, though, Jim. I will handle this. Vic, without Jim Rome, there is no Vic in NoCal, okay? You exist because Rome allows you to exist. Where are you going to go if Rome kicks you off the program, Vic? You think that crappy Dan Patrick show is going to take your calls? Okay, Satan, let's go to the phones. Let's go to Victor in Northern California. Victor, good to have you on the Dan Patrick Show. What's on your mind? It's great to be here, Dan. I'd like to weigh in on the poll question. I think the BCS should have a playoff system, and I'd also like to say this is my pre-fight press conference and official weigh-in, and I'm calling my shot, and okay, thanks for the phone call, Victor. Paulie, was yesterday the poll results? Dan, 66% of people think that there should be a BCS playoff system. And finally, Jim, while we're on the subject of DP, hey, McLovin, try blowing your nose before you go on the radio, okay? You sound like you're doing the entire show from inside your own sinus cavity.
I like the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll play some dodgeball with you, Dan.
Romy, you've got connections. Maybe after next year's hack-off, we can set up some sort of competition between McLovin and the Sklar brothers to see whose septum has deviated the farthest. Every time I hear one of those guys, I can't tell if I'm listening to a national sports talk radio show or if I've stumbled onto some sort of clever marketing commercial for NyQuil or Sudafed. That's it for me, Jim. You are the referee, the Herb Dean of this year's Smack-Off. And just like Herb, Romy, you need to recognize when the rest of this field is so cut and so bloodied and so terribly disfigured from my smack that they've stopped trying to defend themselves and just given up on life. And that is the time, Jim, when you need to jump in, wave your hands in the air, call a doctor for the lames I just cracked off, and declare me the back-to-back Smack-Off champion. And Jim Rome, that time is now.
Brad and Corona, the defending champ. All right. I said that he was going to close the show. He had a chance to defend what is rightfully his crown.